7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. I'm riding it solo today. I am going to have a special guest. My little brother could not make it. He is at work. So I figure we'll knock out a live one. Going to see if we can get about 10 followers in this live chat. We're just going to party and bullshit. Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Great. How you
Just
doing?
assuming you were talking to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was still kind of talking just before you started talking, but the way that my talking ended and your talking started, it was good timing.
Excellent.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I apologize. I'm trying to get some Tums because I have a wicked case of heartburn right now.
I totally understand what that feels like. 100% every day.
Yeah, getting old is a bitch.
Yeah, I've had it for quite a long time. I like a good amount of years, but it all depends on what I eat, drink, and my diet, honestly. But it's tough to give up some things, like coffee.
Yeah. For me, that's the worst thing because I go through about a fucking pot a day.
That's
I'm a
exactly
caffeine
why.
fiend.
Well, I'm telling you right now. Do you use flavored creamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why you have heartburn. 100%.
The flavored creamer?
Yep, 100%. If you put just milk and sugar in there, it tastes like shit, kind of, but you won't have as bad of heartburn.
I also probably would quit drinking coffee.
I mean, my grandfather, he used to wake up, he had the same routine for like 30, 40 years. Like, he would get up at like 4 a.m., have literally like black toast with black coffee.
He burned his toast.
Yeah, like literally no butter, no nothing. He wanted it like not like burned, but had the
That's what black
black.
toast is, though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I don't know. He's just a rugged guy. He's just a badass. I don't know how else to say it.
He could have had a broken toaster.
No, no, everything works perfectly in their house. Trust me, everything's like top notch. That's just the way he liked it.
I tell you what, man, we had a toaster that no matter what setting you had it on, pissed me off to no end. You put it out the lowest set and you have it in there for like about a second, the shit would come out burnt. And I'd be like, I just wanted some fucking waffles and they're coming out just fucking burnt to shit.
Like massacred.
Yeah, and I'm like, you can taste how burnt they are, and you're like, yeah, can we get a new toaster? I think you can get one for like $20. Like,
well, you can get like those little like 2-slice bullshits for like $15 or $20 at Walmart. But
yeah,
I mean, it works. I mean, if it's just you, yeah, it's no problem. But I prefer like the 4-slice ones.
well, yeah. I mean, you also don't live by yourself.
Right.
You're not a lonely old man like me.
Lonely old man. No, I'm just a very occupied old man. You better enjoy this loneliness while you got it.
Yeah, no,
me,
I mean,
once your little time, once the me time thing goes away, I mean, it's like anything. It's a positive and it's a negative all at the same time. But I enjoy it. The positive outweighs the negative.
I mean, no, I can see because I get it because like I said, I did have somebody initially living with me for about 6 months, and yeah, it was kind of a nightmare. I mean, I'd love to have a girlfriend, but I don't know if I could live with someone again after that experience. I mean, I could have her over a few days a week. You know what I mean?
Well, the most important thing is like when you jump into a new relationship, living together is just right out of the fucking question because you don't
Yeah, I
even
mean that.
know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was just a whole fucked up situation to begin with. But um, I wouldn't be opposed to having somebody come over and stay like 3 days a week, and then having the rest of the time for myself and to do whatever the hell I want. Because I feel like at that point, there's plenty of time to fool around. And then I have, and then we both have our alone time. Do you know what I mean? Which is something
Yeah.
that everybody needs in a relationship. But in the apartment that I have, nobody is going to get alone time. You've seen my apartment. It sucks. There is no alone time. Like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the bedroom. Okay, I guess I'll go to the living room / kitchen.
Yeah, well, that's like what it is in my spot. Like,
I know it sucks.
yeah, the kitchen is like I feel like I'm living in an apartment building that shares a kitchen with the other tenant. Like, it's not. I mean, it's not bad because that person stays in their room, me and my girl stay in our room type thing, and we communicate, we joke around, and whatever. It's not bad. We still have our own little world, but it's not the same, obviously. But it's not. I don't know. It's not horrible. Things could be worse. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some pretty good stories.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
I'm
mean,
trying. I don't want to try to sound like I'm bitching.
no, you're not, and it's relatable to me because I've been in the same situation, not with living with more than one other person, but it's cramped. You
Yeah.
know, you want a place, you want a escape where you don't have to just leave your house so that you have 10, 15 minutes to yourself, a half an hour, a little
Yeah.
bit of time. You're not asking for a whole day. You're not
Yeah.
asking for 2 days. You want an hour to yourself, but no matter where you turn, somebody's there.
Yeah. That's seeing that.
And you feel trapped, and that creates a lot of tension
Yeah,
for
and
everyone.
then yeah, and it's like that's why I would spend so much time outside because I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go outside,
Because
chill,
there's really
have a
no,
drink.
yep, because there's really nowhere else to go. Every
Right.
room's occupied. You go to the
Yeah.
bathroom, but pretty soon someone's going in there too.
Yeah, you almost done?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll be out in an hour.
I ain't even doing anything. I just got the door shut and I'm just sitting there like on my phone, like, oh, this is nice. Like I know
So as
nobody's just gonna
as I
barge
was
in.
saying, uh, what I find interesting about that, are you gonna be done? No, 45 more minutes.
And even after that, you're not gonna want to come in here. It's bad. Oh,
Uh,
shit.
but no, I mean that's a normal reaction. Because I mean, like, that's how it was when I was here. If everywhere you go, then if there's a fight or something and you have no place to escape to, it it gets worse, and then the tension builds, and then it becomes awkward because you kind of want to try and make up, but you're really not ready. You just want to make up so that it's not awkward feeling anymore.
The most
And
the most awkward that it possibly gets is like if we're arguing and uh she's in the other room like just sitting there listening to us argue, and then in the back of my mind I'm like, whose side is she on? I don't say anything, but I'm just like,
uh
I'm just like, so after a while I'm getting annoyed that we're even arguing because I don't want to keep like going back and forth with this other person who's just sitting there silently quiet on their phone trying to pretend like they don't hear anything, but they're literally listening to every single thing and having their own thoughts and blah 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 blah. So I'm like, after a while I'm just like, okay, enough, I'm gonna go outside. And then it continues outside. I'm just like, yo, like, just give me a minute. I don't know. Whatever. We'll be back in our little zone here soon, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I got what was that show you said yesterday? It was the thing on Netflix, the chip thing.
Altered Carbon. Yeah.
Altered Carbon. I'm gonna write
Yeah.
that down. Altered Carbon.
Yeah. And there's 2 seasons of it out right now.
Hmm. How many episodes are in the first season?
I want to say 12.
How long are they?
They're hours. Each episode is an hour long.
Sick. Because I need a new good show. Well, we both need a good new show to watch. So I would like to really check that out because I think that'd be kind of cool.
Bro, I told you, Sword Art Online. That's on Netflix too.
Wait, what?
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online?
Yeah, it's that anime.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not watching that.
Oh, it's what's the name of that one? It's that anime. Yeah, nah, fuck that. No,
I'm not,
I already knew that you weren't going to. That's why I
Yeah,
said it.
yeah. No, no, thank you. That's what used to drive me nuts because I don't need to mention names, but you know who I used to live with, like a few buddies of mine, and
Oh yeah, see, that's why I always.
good, yeah, like
That's
good,
why I
good.
got along with them so well. But like back in high school, I hate that shit about high school, man. You got all your fucking cliques and everything,
Yeah,
and it's like you know the one that me and you belong to. So it wasn't until you get out of high school that just eventually nobody gives a fuck anymore, except for
right.
certain people who are still too dumb to grow up and are still living their lives partying and still care about that crap.
Right.
So we were in that clique, and I was like, I could definitely see myself hanging out with these guys because basically, up until the point where I started getting laid, I was hanging out with those guys. Like, like your one roommate, who I was telling you about that still comes into the place that I work. Um,
Oh yeah.
I used to me and his brother used to play like cards and shit and all that, and him and oh, it's hard to have a conversation where you want to name people and you can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can say the first name, Dan.
Yeah.
Him and Dan were friends, and that's actually how I became friends with Dan. Was because Nick, and uh we would play together all the time. We would do all sorts of shit,
Yeah.
and I mean, high school eventually everything just falls apart, and I hate that kind of shit, man. But I mean, you're also kind of liable and held responsible because you're also kind of the one that lets it fall apart yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like anything, man. There needs to be like it can't be all you all the time. It's like, all right, who's like you sit back and you look at your friendships and you're like, I'm always hitting them up. I'm always getting a hold of them. I'm always providing this or I'm always and then when it's like when you need when you need them around or if you would like to hear from what I mean, like you're just like if it's not you reaching out or not you going out of your way,
Yeah.
like that shit could be reciprocated. Like what the fuck, I've called you up 5 times, not you, but I've called you up 5 times. Hey, let's go golfing. Hey, let's go snowboarding. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go do that. And yeah, you're always down to go, but you ain't never once called me to be like, hey man, I gotta cruise up the city to go get whatever. You want to come or whatever. That was the thing with Frank. Like he's the whole reason why I even ever got into like going out more and getting into party and meeting new people and all this other shit. None of those other people wanted me there and shit. He was always like, hey dude, what are you doing? Nothing, chilling at home. Ah, fuck that. Come on. I got one class in MCC, just right out there with me. I'm like, you got one class, you're gonna be gone for like. He goes, yeah, it's an hour class. He goes, I gotta drive all the way out there, go to this class, and then we'll hang out in the city, and then we'll come back. Okay, what am I gonna do? I don't know, man. Just walk around the school, chill in the car. It's only an hour. All right, you know. Or the thing is back when I smoked weed. Oh, everybody wanted to hang out with me because I always had weed and I had the best weed and this and that, blah blah blah. And then it's like all of a sudden, like I remember the one kid he after Frank passed, he calls me up randomly out of fucking nowhere. I haven't heard from him in like 2 weeks. He calls up, hey man, what are you doing? I'm just chilling at the house, man. He goes, I'm gonna come pick you up. Oh shit, all right, cool. I get all excited, like, oh, this is cool, get out of the house. I haven't seen him in a minute, it's gonna be sweet. I literally get in his car in the driveway and I close the door and he's like, I'm like, what's up, man? And he puts his car in reverse. He's like, not much, and I was just home doing some homework, figured see what you're up to, and he goes, figured you'd want to smoke. I was like, oh. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I don't have any right now. I'll have more, this weekend or whatever. But and then he literally stops his car and he's like, oh, you don't have weed? I was like, nah, I'm out right now. I'll have more this weekend though. He's like, oh, damn, man. Well, shit. He goes, actually, I'll probably just head back home then. And I was like, are you fucking, dude? I went off. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Like, don't ever do yourself a favor. Don't get a hold of me again, ever. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you came all the way over here for this, and this is what you're gonna do? You didn't even leave my driveway. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck that shit, man. That fake shit. I just went out a little bit of a rant, but like,
no, but
that,
I mean,
dude.
Like, I get it because I did that earlier today, with somebody that I still consider a friend.
You hit him up and they didn't have weed, but you wanted to smoke weed?
No, not like that. But I mean, I went on a rant with him today, and he did the same right back to me about the same exact shit. We're not the only people that feel that way around here. You make a promise, you say you're gonna do something, be like, oh, dude, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna do this. That time comes around, where you at?
Yep.
Where you at?
Yep.
And a lot of people get fed up with that shit, and they think it's just fine to like say you're gonna do something and then not do it. And they're consistent in making these bullshit promises.
Yep.
And then don't deliver.
What bothers me the most is like when you're really there for somebody when they're going through like a shitty time, crying.
Yep.
You're in your kitchen. Oh my god, my life is horrible. Blah, blah, blah. Right, and you're there for them. Hey man, chill. You can sleep here tonight. You need a shower? Go take a shower, man. Here, I'm gonna cook some food. Just chill out, man. We're having a good time. Here, I'll cook you food. Boom, boom. Place to stay. Whatever. Man, you ever need anything, man? You're a brother to me, man. Family, man. Then you're down in the dumps and you're not even asking. You don't want to ask. You're not going to go out and be like, hey man, remember that one time? Like, nah, you're going to just hope that they're well aware you're going through a bad shit. They ain't hitting you up. They ain't being like, hey man, let's get you out of the house. You cheered me up. Let me try to like cheer you up for a bit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't look for it, but hell, it'd be nice to get that random, like, hey, I do give a fuck, like, he's crazy. He ain't gotta send me a card every week and shit, but like when you're feeling like, when you're already feeling like shit, that shit's gonna just pile up. And then once if you're feeling negative, everything's negative. Like if you get pissed off, you're gonna think of every single thing that has ever happened in your life that pissed you off to the point where you just want to like fucking snap,
Yeah, it just amplifies.
Yeah. All the way up to 11.
All the way to 11, yeah. Even though it only goes to 10, it somehow manages to go to 11.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, speaking of amplifiers and music, there's your vibrator again. Did you hear? Did you hear about ZZ Top, man, Dusty Hill.
I did, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? And the co-vocalist and violinist for Kansas passed away. Plus the
Really?
yeah, I forget his name. I'll think of it here in a second. But yeah, him and then the original Anthrax drummer Jorgensen. Man, we're just like music wise, it's been a tough couple of weeks. Yeah, but I couldn't believe that ZZ Top one, man. Like I was like, what, man? That shit sucks, man.
Yeah, it's getting to a point where I'm actually worried about the future of music because we're losing so many good artists. I mean, what was it? How many months ago? It was somewhere like last year, I feel like it was, but it might have been this year where Eddie Van Halen died, I mean,
Yeah, that was crazy.
we're
I did not see that coming at all whatsoever.
that for me feels like one of the worst ones. I got to see Van Halen perform live, and we were supposed to go see him again with Kiss, and
Yeah.
that kind of bummed me out because nothing beats the original Van Halen. I'm sorry. I like
Sammy
original
Hagar.
Van Halen
Yeah,
over
no,
Sammy
David.
Hagar.
Oh yeah,
I like
dude.
Sammy
Me too.
Hagar by himself.
Yeah. Right.
But
right. Yeah.
I'm going David Lee Roth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Me too.
Sorry.
Oh, Robbie Steinhardt is who died from Kansas. The band, not the state.
The band, not the state.
I'm just covering people who have passed in different states.
But I mean, I'm just worried about the future of music because of how many good musicians that we're losing and that we have lost. Because I mean, a lot of people are losing. They're not going to be able to see the performances that. I mean, I haven't even gotten to see half the fucking performances that I wanted to, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I only got to see Van Halen once, and I really fucking want to see him again. It was a fucking great show. It is easily one of the best shows that I have ever fucking been to, ever.
That's how I'm gonna feel when, like, man, I don't even want to say it or talk about it. But
Oh, dude, I know what you're gonna say.
yeah, dude, when that day comes, man,
That's how I feel about like fucking Megadeth, man. Dave Mustaine's looking fucking old, and that scares the shit out of me, man. Because I want to see. I've seen him 2 or 3 times already, and I want to see him more. I mean, I got that signed Dave Mustaine guitar pick, but I'd like the opportunity to get some more. I mean, I would love a David Ellefson bass guitar pick. I don't think there's really a difference. I think it would still just be a fucking guitar pick, but still,
I mean,
those two are the only original members in Megadeth, and I think that would be some sick shit to have.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. I mean, dude, it wasn't even like, I don't know, like 4 or 5. I think it was like 5-6 months ago. Actually, now time flies. But I remember I was home and I was like just chilling, and I was like scrolling. I was scrolling through Twitter, and I was like, and then I see this article. Dr. Dre suffers a brain aneurysm. I was like, what? I'm like,
What?
I was like, what? I click on it, and I'm like, I literally started like shaking. I was like, what the fuck? No, like, I couldn't believe it. And yeah, he had a fucking brain aneurysm, man. He was in the hospital for a while. I mean, he's good now, but that shit's out, man.
That's pretty crazy. He's up there in age too, though, man.
He's in his like mid 50s, I think. But yeah, I mean, he was going through a divorce and a few other things going on and shit. So I think that kind of,
I mean, that's another example, though, the stresses of the mind and everything, that how it can affect your fucking body if you aren't properly going through like things to reduce stress and shit. But I mean, he has so much. A guy like that has so much more going on in his life than just that. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's trying to manage his whole fucking musical empire.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's insane on its own. Not just that separate issue that you brought up. I mean, that guy's got a lot on his plate without anything else being added to it.
Right. That's the whole thing. I was like, man, I could not fucking believe that shit when I read that. I was like, that shocked me. But yeah, I don't know. He wasn't even that. I mean, he's good now, but you can never be too like careful with that shit because like once it happens, if it happens once, like you know, I don't know, it's kind of risky after that. So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, then I look at musicians like Keith Richards and Mick
No,
Jagger, and
dude, Keith Richards, you can't compare anybody to Keith Richards. That motherfucker is in a category all on his own. I mean,
yeah,
if you go anywhere on the fucking internet, there are whole entire memes dedicated to that guy. I
like I
swear to
can't
God,
believe
that
he's still
guy is
alive.
Nosferatus. Like he probably was like the first person from like human evolution, and he's just been around like since the 1200s.
No,
He was
and he's
that
done like
song that the Rolling Stones made is probably about Keith Richards. He was around when Jesus Christ, you know.
yeah. It's just like Robin Williams said back in the day. He's like, and Keith Richards, he goes, what the fuck? He goes, Keith is the only guy I really think could be like getting an anthrax envelope in his in his mailbox and be like, anthrax. All right. like, oh, it was all right. Like, it's not gonna bother him at all whatsoever. Like, he just didn't he? Was it him that I don't, yeah, it was him, wasn't it? That like he snorted some of his dad's own ashes or something. Wasn't that a story or was that a myth? I don't know. I feel like it was a. Yeah, I feel like
I'm
that
pretty sure
actually.
that's a myth.
I mean that, but it was about him, right? If I remember right.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a myth about Keith Richards.
I mean, as much as much as it is a myth, it sounds believable. Like,
That's why though, because it does sound believable. But I mean, yeah, I watched a really good documentary on the Rolling Stones and John Lennon actually, and I'm actually not the biggest Beatles fan, but that documentary on John Lennon was actually one of the most fascinating things that I had ever seen. But the Rolling Stones one was really cool too. I did that
I'll
when I
tell.
was house sitting for my aunt because she didn't have shit for TV shows to watch. Like I
I
think
tell
she
you,
had like 4 channels.
I
So
tell
I
you.
was no, go
Oh,
ahead.
oh, I tell you a good one to watch. I'm a huge fan of his music. I don't know if you are or not, but I love Sinatra. Um, they have a they have a documentary thing. I think it was on Netflix. It's pretty long. It's a two-parter, but it's really really good. Like it's like amazingly good. Like it breaks down like his entire musical career, his life. Um, like it talks about his kid getting kidnapped back in the day and shit and held for ransom and all this shit, which I didn't even know about. And him and the ties with the mafia and that whole thing and JFK and like it was a whole like they go into it like big time. I don't know if you're a Sinatra, how you feel about Sinatra, but I love that.
This is
I
Italian.
love it. Yeah.
What more needs to be said?
He's like, of course
And you
I
already
love him.
said that he's got ties to the mafia.
Well, I mean, he performed. He was bumping
Yeah,
shoulders with all
well,
them
I
guys.
mean,
Back in that
he
day.
was around back when Vegas was first being set up, so it only makes
Well,
sense that he's got ties.
that's what I was about to say. Is like him and the Rat Pack, man. They basically made Vegas, man. Like Vegas wouldn't even be. Well, I mean, who knows? But Vegas wasn't Vegas before they were doing them. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, and him. Like, that would have been a hell of a fucking show, man. You know how they do these uh like the hologram concerts? Have you seen any of those? You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but do I look like the type of person who's gonna go to a hologram concert, man?
No, I know, but I'm not saying. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be like but I'm saying like just imagine it looks so damn real. It would just be cool. It would be a cool thing that you. I mean, come on. If they were like, hey, we have a new hologram concert of Frank Sinatra, blah 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 blah, you wouldn't go. If I bought you a ticket or something, you wouldn't go with me just to like watch it. I think that'd be cool as shit.
Where is it?
He's like, depending on location, I don't know. Like, just say it's in Rochester or something. I don't know.
Rochester. I mean, that's not very far from here. I mean, if you said at least Cleveland, I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm going to Cleveland.
All right.
But Rochester, like live from the Blue Cross Arena, it's a hologram concert. Oh, I just got to drive like an hour and a half away. Yeah.
Well, fine. I'll skip the show in Rochester and go to the one in Cleveland.
Wait. Are we staying the night in Rochester?
Yeah, why would you go all the way up there to hang out for like a concert? I mean, obviously, I want to go out and like party after that or something. I don't know, like go out and get some drinks and shit. That's what I would be doing. Anytime I'm basically in anywhere. That's I like to.
You going to the strip club?
No.
Oh fuck yeah!
I mean,
damn it!
Hey man, you can go. I'm trying to be. I
ain't going by myself. That sounds boring.
Honestly, if you just go to,
I don't even know where there are any.
here's the thing about those places. You're gonna have.
Oh, don't you get out of spiel with me about them. I already have my whole spiel. You can look, but you can't touch. There ain't nothing interesting about them. It was just no.
Honestly, the last time literally I had nowhere that I could watch an AFC Championship game, so I literally just went in there, chilled, had a beer. I didn't even do anything other than like drink some beers and watch this game. That's all I wanted to do, and that's all I did do, and it was great. When you get stupid and you get in there, I mean, obviously they're going to be it's a money grab. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, aren't the beers like ridiculously expensive too? Oh, you would like a bottle of beer that's $34.
No, it's like, no,
what?
It's.
Wait, isn't the stripper supposed to get my money? Why are you charging me $34 for a beer? Is this going to part of her college fund? What's happening here?
Honestly,
because I'll just give it to her if she's gonna take her clothes off.
No, honestly, like $8. You'd be paying like $8 for a bottle. But like I said, like if you, it's like if you go out anywhere though, you know what I mean? Like I remember when I was in New York City, we were just walking around chilling. Like I like to experience and feel the vibe and get into the. I love that. It's exciting. It's fun. It's mystery. You know what I mean? It's just like you're walking around the city. You're experiencing it. You're trying great food. We went to an Applebee's, and but it was looking over like the Big Apple. I mean, or downtown Manhattan where they dropped the ball and all that. Like it was right there. We saw the building. It was.
Oh, you were at like what Central Square?
Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but
well, I was close.
Yeah, he said Central Square, but no, we went in there and it was like this 2-story Applebee's, and it had like an upper deck part, which was awesome. And well, at the same time though, like I said, it was like a couple days after New Year, so it was like cold as shit out on the deck. So we didn't sit on the deck; we sat the inside. But I ordered a beer and I think 6 wings, and it was like $17.99. I was like, "Good God!" I'm like, "What?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, welcome to New York." And but yeah, that's a lot of money. But when you're quote unquote on a vacation, or you're out and about.
Bro, it's Applebee's though. That's Applebee's. It's not like to a specialty wing place.
See, that's where I was conflicted, because I was like, this is a chain restaurant, and I understand location, but goddamn, man, like, bruh, like I'm sitting here like, damn, like I don't. I tell you what though. It is the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Like there's this place, I think it's called B Street. Or is it? Yeah, B Street Pizza Bar. It's on like 51st Avenue in New York City. And it's literally like a pizza bar. Like you go in there and it looks like a big bar. And there's like these three Italian brothers. And it's like legit. Like you go in there and they're tossing the dough, they're making the pizza, they're whipping it together right in front of your face. They put it in the brick oven. And you get this sample platter of like 3 or 4 different pizzas that you want to like, obviously sample and like try out and shit like that. So it's like that was hands down the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Like it was so good. The atmosphere was so awesome. And we went there like one time. And I'm not even joking. It was like 4 months, 5 months later. I even almost think it was longer than that. We literally like went back in there and the minute we walked in, the same guy, the greeter, he come up and he, hey, how are you? Blah, 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 and then he steps back for a second. He's like, you guys were here before. And like, we're like, yeah. He's like, you sat right here. We're like, yeah. And he's like,
He was talking like Mario?
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't really trying to do it. I wasn't doing the impression really. It's just I was trying to add the little excitement to it. I wasn't. It wasn't.
Here we go. Here's your seat.
Yoshi. Yeah, he had like blue suspenders on with a red shirt.
You sure he was a pizza man, not a plumber?
Oh man, but no, I tell you though, but my point is like, you go to places like that, you want to get out and about. You don't really, and money's not the thing; it's the memories that you're making.
Yeah,
money.
But I mean, $17 for Applebee's wings.
Oh yeah, trust me. I sat there after that. I mean, I got it. Like, I was already there. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm out of here. I sat there. It was good, whatever. But I don't think I didn't.
Applebee wings.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, those must have been the best fucking Applebee wings you ever had.
I tell you what, I enjoyed the shit out of every single one of them. Like,
really took your time on them.
Yeah, I did. But that was when I bumped. That literally is the day I bumped into Pacino, man. I swear to God, like that forever changed my life. And I don't, people can think it's bullshit, whatever. I have witnesses. Like people were with me. A picture was taken. Like it was.
Yeah, you sent me that. That day. You sent me that picture, and I was like, "Oh, dude,
yeah.
I fucking hate you. I hate you."
I could not believe the fact that we were going to go to his Broadway show and then decided not to because it would have took all of our money. Like we had spending money, but for 4 tickets, there was 4 of us. It would have been all of our money, and we could have been like second row at his Broadway show, which would have been amazing. But we'd have been broke. We would have had to leave right there, and we just got there. So we're like, man, like we stood there, we debated it for a minute because I was like, oh my God. It was China Doll on Broadway is what he was doing. And so we sat there, we said no, and whatever. And we're like, let's just go enjoy this. There'll be other times, maybe, we'll come back. We'll try to catch his next show. We'll make a trip out of it. Okay, cool. 4 or 5 hours later, just randomly walking through the city, we stop at a red light and we're walking. And then literally I just go to take the crosswalk and then I look up and then he's sitting in a black SUV in the passenger seat. He looked half asleep and I look at him and then he looks up at me and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, Ma, Al Pacino. she's like, what? Where? I'm like, right here. And I tried, this is like literally feet from me. And like, I didn't know what to do. I just backed up and got out of his way a little bit. And I was like bowing and, I was like, oh my God, you're the man. I didn't want to I'm not that type of guy. Like, they're people too. I'm not going to go up and be like, hey, roll your window down. Give me an autograph. Take a picture. Like, I'm not going to do that. He has enough of that going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, the fact that he was looking at me, I'm doing those motions, he's waving, he's laughing, and he's like, he's putting his hands together, like, thank you, thank you. And like the fact we had that little interaction made my life. Like, dude, that shit was like probably some of the coolest shit ever. Like, I
Yeah,
swear,
dude,
like,
it's something to like talk about for like.
dude, for years to come. And it was
Yeah.
crazy. Literally, we were so hype after that. Like, we were like, oh my God. Like, all four of us were like, oh my God, can you believe that? And then Austin's like, oh, check out this picture. Oh my God. I'm like, I didn't even know you took a picture. That's awesome. And then we went to this restaurant and we were still hyped. And the waitress girl comes up and she's like, and she goes, hi, welcome to blah, blah, blah. And we're like, oh my God, we literally just bumped into Al Pacino. And she's like, oh yeah, he's always around the city. Like, he doesn't even live that far from here. And we're like, yeah, we know, but we literally just bumped into him. She goes, oh yeah, here. She goes, my grandfather hangs out with them all the time. They have coffee together at this diner down the road. And she shows us like 15 pictures of them just chilling. She goes, yeah, I've met him several times. He's a really nice guy. Like, it's no big deal. And I was like, damn. All right, well, that's cooler. And I'm like, that's that. But it was cool.
Al Pacino he seems like the coolest guy in the world, and he's one of the best actors too.
I swear, like, he's so damn humble. Like, he's just, he's so humble and just kind, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. He's just very. That's another one. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, but man, all these people that we love and grew up with, and they're just gonna be gone at some point, and it's just like, that's so fucking sad.
No, I don't, dude. I don't even want to think about that, man. Don't even.
Yeah, me neither. You know what?
I mean, Al Pacino's still out there making movies and doing shit, and we're just gonna leave it at that because that's just gonna be the worst day for the world.
Yeah, I swear. Yeah, I can't. I don't even want. Yeah, no, but yeah. Have you watched The Irishman yet?
No, because the last time we got done doing stuff, it was too late. I had to be to work the next day at 6 in the morning.
Oh, well, I don't know when you're gonna have time because you need to devote like 3 hours of your day, but it's
that long?
Yeah, it's a Scorsese movie, man.
Like, I don't know. I'll find the time. Oh, I could have done it. No, I couldn't have done it today. Verizon.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just when you get a moment, you need to watch The Irishman, man. It's very, very good. Very, very good. They all do an incredible job. I definitely want to check.
I'm looking forward to checking out.
Yeah, man. Even I don't know if you like creepy movies or whatever. I don't know.
Depends.
Well, there's a movie called Hereditary. That shit, man. I literally had like anxiety the first. It was the first like creepy movie I'd watched because I don't get scared. Like scary movies nowadays, they're like, there's too many CGI bullshit, too many jump scares. Like it just doesn't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? But Hereditary is like, it more or less like messes with your mind. It's not so much like a jump scare movie, really. It's like a very like, it makes you feel like you're in that situation. What would you do type thing? But it's incredible. We've watched it probably 3 times, and I still catch stuff I haven't caught before. Like it's awesome. It's incredible.
Huh?
Yeah, you should look it up. It's some new director that directed it, but he did a hell of a job. It's a very, very good movie. Like right off the bat, it starts fucking with you. Like the minute you start watching it, so you're like pulled in automatically, and like the whole time you're just like literally like, man, I felt like I had anxiety when I was watching it. I was like, holy shit. And it has so many parts in it that are like, holy shit. And you feel the heaviness of the scene, I don't know, but whoops, I got my phone on, but I gotta turn that down. My bad. I always, I always check that every single time I sit down to do this, just to make sure I'm not gonna have anything like that happen. And
You know, that's a good check though. I didn't do that with mine.
Yeah, I just heard the voot voot earlier. Um,
No, that is what I'm currently using. I can't turn that fucking thing off.
oh, well, and you'll have that. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I think you'll be. I really think that you'll be excited to use Podbean and like what. I just think you're gonna see it grow. You're gonna see more like quicker success, and you're gonna get more excited about the Podbean thing. I think because like it's the interaction is like really cool. Like it's a great platform. You have a lot of abilities. It's very simple. It's easy to use. You know, it sounds like I'm doing like a promotional ad, but I'm not. I'm not getting
Are you
paid
working
at
for
all.
Podbean?
Surprise. But no, like seriously, I think you're really gonna enjoy it the more and more you do it. You know, having like a hobby, and you know, it's so it becomes it. You get so into it, you know. Like I know, like going to work and coming home, like we were talking about. It makes you feel like good because, well, I get home today, man. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna talk about this and blah blah, and then the editing
Well,
and the
yeah, it's
preparing.
it's a certain amount of freedom to be able to get on here and just kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Like
just be
just
yourself, do
yeah.
whatever the hell you want to do, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's fun to especially when you get other people uh listening, and you see the downloads. Like I remember like when I was like first starting and stuff, I didn't see it wasn't going crazy at first, but I was still like I'm still I mean you're going to be learning every day. Every time you use it. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but keep doing it, being consistent, keep at it. That's all you got to do, with anything, in life, or hobbies, or for your mind. Like it's just about like keeping it. You can't be
We keeps it
stagnant.
real.
Yeah, we keeps it real. But yeah, you gotta keep moving. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna stay still, and you're gonna, you know, the day you stop like feeding your
Flounder.
mind is when you stop. Yeah, flounder. Yeah, yeah. You jumping off the
Fizzle
boat
out.
without a life jacket, bro.
Man, do you have you checked out that other show on Netflix I was telling you about? The Movies That Made Us?
Nope.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's they're basically documentaries. There's 4 episodes in each series, and each one's an hour long. Really good. Really good. Even movies that you might not be interested in, it's really interesting to watch the shit that they went through to make the movies and how they almost didn't happen, because each movie is a movie that you've heard of and you've probably
Right.
fucking seen. Even if you didn't really like it, you've seen the fucking movie. And these
Yeah.
these studios were like, yeah, we're gonna make this fucking movie. You got like $100,000 to make this movie, and it's like, whoa, what, what, what?
100 grand. Then
This
you shit.
movie, this movie pulled in hundreds of millions of dollars and is still making money today, and that's how much faith they had in this movie.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Wow.
Yeah, that's usually how it
And then
works.
and then if you find out who the original cast, I don't want to ruin nothing for you. If you find out who the original cast of the Ghostbusters was supposed to be, dude, bro. That's why you know what, and not to spitball off the thing, I hate fucking remakes, man. Like, I just don't
Yeah,
like remakes, and I don't
I
like the
just,
Ghostbusters remake. Sorry.
yeah, I wish.
Watch the fucking watch the that documentary thing that I told you about. Watch the thing about Ghostbusters, and then you'll understand why I don't like the Ghostbusters remake. That was a pretty personal script. Dan Aykroyd wrote it, and it was a pretty personal script. And they remake the fucking movie and screw the whole damn thing up.
Well, it's not. It's because it ain't about the passion of it. Really, it's just let's see if we can remake it.
Money.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like Al Pacino even talked about it. He talks about it all the time. He's like,
Dude,
like the amount of time that you get to make a movie. He goes, before, like back in the day, it might be working on a movie for like 2-3 years, maybe longer, talking about
dude,
the script, rehearsing.
a lot of those movies in that fucking documentary, they ain't even got a year.
I forgot. Oh, it's gonna bother me. I can't remember the name. But Back to the Future, was not originally cast with Michael J. Fox.
No,
They
it
actually,
wasn't. It was originally cast and filmed a bunch because that movie's
yeah,
in there too, with the dude from Mask. I don't know if you know what
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie is.
No,
I
no, yeah, Mask with Cher. Yeah, no, I know that
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Oh God, man. If you want to
that's a great movie.
strongly disagree because I was shown that fucking movie when I was way too young and it scared the shit out of me.
I thought that was a great movie, man. I thought the storyline was really good. Like,
Yeah, you know what, man? That might be true, but it's not good to show that kind of movie to like a 4 or 5-year-old
hey, you know
because
what? I can
a
agree with
kid
The
that young,
Exorcist.
huh?
Said I can agree with The Exorcist. Like, hey, I know you're 10 now, but here, there was this really scary movie back in the day. It's called The Exorcist. Sit down in this dark room and watch it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, well, man, my parents also had me watch the Blair Witch Project when I was that young too.
Yeah, that was cool for the day though, because
Well, it was something different out,
it, yeah, yeah. It
and
seems so
but
real.
I don't know why, man, but bro, when they showed me The Mask, they're like, it's not a scary movie. I see this dude's face that's just giant, and it's like all messed up. It scared the hell out of me. I had nightmares and everything. I ended up having to sleep with my parents. It was scary as shit. I mean, now I see it and I'm fine. Like,
He goes, now
and
I
I'm like,
see it. I mean,
stupid. That's
I
all
still
just
do.
makeup. The worst part is that like, I'm probably coming off like an asshole. I know that that's a real story. That really happened to somebody and he died really young. But don't show that movie to a young child because they're not going to understand it and they're going to be scared. Maybe. I was. I wouldn't
You
show it
know,
to my child.
I
I'd let them
remember,
watch it when they're older.
I remember being like little and I don't know, like I loved Halloween, like the Michael Myers thing. I loved that shit when I was little.
Yeah, man, that shit ain't scary.
No, but I'm just saying, I just loved. I
I
don't know.
loved. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like I loved that shit. Like I didn't really like Jason that much. I didn't like Freddy. Chucky was stupid as hell.
Oh yeah, Chucky was dumbish. Actually, just sound more like a pussy. I was scared of Chucky. I loved Freddy Krueger though. I love those movies because I thought they were fucking hilarious. Which is funny because Robert Englund is actually a comedian.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
comedy usually
So,
comes from a dark place.
but no, like back when I was a kid, we always used to go over to my parents' friend's house, and he'd always be having Child's Play on, and
Yeah.
I I hated that shit, man. Because I think it's the prospect of like, what else didn't help is that my one aunt would buy my sister porcelain dolls, and those things are creepy as shit, man. They just stare.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just stare. And then if you combine the creepy ass porcelain dolls with always having to see Chucky, I would my sister would always leave her door open. I would run over there and I'd close that shit. I would close that fucking door because then porcelain dolls would just be staring at me every time I'm walking by. I'm like, no, don't you be staring. I close the fucking door. She's like, I like my door open. Close your fucking door. I don't want to see your porcelain dolls staring at me. They creep the shit out of me. I don't even know how you sleep with them damn things in your room. They scary. Like I mean, coming at me with a fucking knife or something. Hello, how you doing? I'm just
Knock,
here to
knock.
kill you.
Man, there really isn't too much I ever really got like creeped out about. I guess I don't know. Like You ever? My biggest thing is like you get that feeling that like someone's watching you. You know what I mean? Like
I
it's
always feel like somebody's watching
watching
me.
me.
I got no privacy. Ooh.
But yeah, you get people. I don't know. I don't like. I used to get that in the house we lived in. Like I swear, like everywhere I walk,
I was your
like
neighbor. It was me. I was creeping on you. You never
yeah,
see me peering out my blinds. What the fuck? What's he up to? Is he? Where he going? Oh, he's outside. I'm gonna hit him up.
yeah.
And the next
Call.
thing you know, hey man, what's up? You never once wondered how I was always like right there by your side. I was just staring out the blinds, watching and waiting and hoping and dreaming.
I
I don't know if that's how the song goes, but
don't know either, but now you're making me question my whole childhood. You just come outside. Hey, fancy meeting you here. Wow, I was just coming out here to check the blades of grass. We're still here. Boom, here you are. Weird. Anyway, I was wondering if you wanted to maybe grab a beer or something. Oh no, you're too busy, huh? You're building a puzzle. Oh yeah, really? Well, you know what? I actually saw you just watching TV, and I saw you ignore my call, so I was just wondering what that was about. We can talk about it. We don't not now. We don't have to talk about it now, but maybe later. Oh.
man, I wasn't like that back then. That's how I am now.
He goes, now I'm really bored.
Yeah, no, I didn't act that way back then. That's how I am now. Yeah. Hey, you ignore my calls? You mad? You good? Did I do something to hurt your feelings? We're still friends,
maybe,
right?
maybe it's me.
Call me.
When you were doing that, I swear that shit had me dying when you were like, you had that. I think it was for your channel, your YouTube thing. You're like, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like and subscribe. That shit had me dying, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you asking them, or are you telling them, hey, like, subscribe, share, hit me up, boom, boom. Hope
That
you
was
like
the
it.
first one I ever did, and we edited that one out. Yeah. All right, so how should we end this? Like and subscribe?
Leave a comment if you want.
And you know what's funny is I never even told you. I actually cocked my head to the side as I said that.
Shrugged your shoulders.
Is this right? And as I'm thinking, is this right?
Oh shit! That shit had me dying. That shit was so fucking funny.
I know that was the problem that we had when we were trying to end it, because we went on for another 15 minutes because you wouldn't stop laughing. You're busting a nut over there, dying laughing, and I'm like, "All right, man, you good? I'll give you a minute." You're just going away. You're just going. I got it. Go ahead. You're good. You're good.
Dude,
Go.
when you were
It's not gonna go through it. All I can hear is you dying.
well, the thing that was like cracking me up is like, because you're about to just end it, and I was like, hey man, you should like say like, hey, like, subscribe, hope you enjoyed, try to end it, with an ending. Oh, okay. And then you tried it, and then you're like and subscribe. What do you think about that? Is that good? Should I do it again? Like, that shit had me dying.
Yeah.
And then like every single time we tried to do it, it was slightly different, and then it would start off good, so I could keep these 3 words. I had to get rid of the rest of it.
That's what it was in the end.
Yeah, take the second part of the thing you said, cut that, drag it over, make that one thing, and that, like, I probably had the ending to that episode was probably like 4 different tries of different sentences combined.
You know, I don't even think we used that.
That episode?
Yeah, I don't even think we used it.
Is that the one that we still have sitting in the bank there?
I think so.
Wow, no shit. I thought we uploaded that one. I swear that was the one where you attached the video. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. I've done so many of these. I don't.
Yeah, we've done
everything.
so much shit. I can't even keep track of everything.
Like, there's times where I'll be doing another podcast and I'll be sitting there and I'll be talking, like me and my brother, like we're going back and forth and shit, and I'll say, like, I'll be like, I'll say something that, I'll say it thinking it's my first time saying it, and then he'll be like, yeah, dude. He goes, we actually talked about this in probably one of the third episode. You mentioned this, and I'm like, oh, did I? Oh, well, I'll mention it again. Like, I find myself doing that all the time. Like, it's hard to remember exactly what, especially I can't even imagine when I get into like the 500 area, like 500 podcasts, or like that's the fun about having guests. Like guests on, it's gonna be a different conversation and stuff. Like you'll find yourself repeating and stuff here and there, but not like you're repeating the entire episode or content, but you're just like bringing up stuff that you brought up before. But it might be new to a new listener, just because it ain't new to you. It might be
Exactly.
new to somebody else. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think this has been fun. I might wrap it up actually. I'm gonna try to knock out maybe another episode for later this week, maybe on Saturday or Sunday. But if you guys want to tune in for that, I'll be having that up. I'll be downloading the link. You'll see it on Twitter. Find me on Spotify, all that good stuff. Please like, share, listen, comment. Do whatever you can. Let's try and make this a great podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Joker, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your time.
Well, that is so sweet. I thank you for having me, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. You're gonna get a thank you card from our company. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope I get a gift card to that fancy Applebee's up in New York City. I'd really love to get 6 wings.
Well, we're gonna have to put at least $100 on that bitch if you want anything decent. If you're gonna have a meal to
No,
yourself,
I
we're
could
gonna have
get
to
6
$100.
wings. You can give me a $20 gift card. I can get half a dozen wings.
And they are really good though, man.
And I get to overlook Times Square while I eat 6 wings.
It is an actual fun experience. But all right,
actually,
guys.
you know what? It's double decker. If you could sit on the top, it probably would be.
Well, if you went in the mid summertime when it's actually warm out and not freezing as hell, like yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, guys. I enjoyed it. I'm glad you joined. Thank you to everybody that was listening. And I appreciate it. And we out.
Later.